Hi, this is Ray from Tightrope Media Systems. In this video, I'm going to go over the differences between a record first run encode and a manually scheduled record. So if we go into our schedule here and we click a show or create a run, we can go into this details tab here on the right and click record. What this asks us to do is select an encoder, and then we can save it. And now we go back to our thing. We have this little R here. It tells us, well, let's move this out into the future. So let's go ahead and do that. So now it's out in the future. So we have this R. There's a record run. It's set up. If we go into our record tab, this is where the record got created, that first record run. If we click the title here and look at the details, we see the source is set by autopilot. Now, this version of Cablecast is kind of smart, where if you change that run, like we dragged it in the schedule, it updates the corresponding record run. If we copy and paste, if we go back into the schedule of the record, go to today. If we copy this, go to tomorrow, say, and paste it. If we click on this one, the source isn't set. We have to set it ourselves. It's not a record run anymore. So we have to set our source ourselves. So again, this one, if we look at it, we have to set the source ourselves. This previous one is still a record source run. It has its source set by autopilot. And basically what that means is if we go into the schedule again, that means that whatever this show, this live show on our schedule that has the R, whatever that source gets set to, the same source will be routed to the encoder, and that's how it decides what to encode. For a manual encode, we have to, like this one that's tomorrow, we have to set that ourselves in this source field. So what can happen is older versions of Cablecast aren't so smart, and if you copy and paste a record run, or if you have a record run and say you delete it from the schedule or something like that, the record run is still there. It's now linked to something that doesn't exist anymore, which means that when you send autopilot, it doesn't know what to encode, and it gives you an error. If you want to set up a manual encode, you can just come to whatever day you want to do the encode on, hit new, and then you can specify a title, so bingo encode, and then you just select the source, and you select a destination, and here you can tell it what time, so say 3 o'clock p.m., and a length of, say, 3 hours. This is a manual encode. It's not tied to anything on the schedule, so it won't give you any errors when you send autopilot. It should always work. So that's the difference between a record first run and a manual encode. I hope this video helps clear some things up. Thanks.